While you're watching this video, something much bigger is unfolding in Washington. This is not just another headline. This is not just another political fight. This is the system reacting, once again, because Donald Trump is moving forward. And what you're about to hear helps explain why political tensions in the United States have sharply escalated today. Take a moment, because what's happening right now follows a pattern Americans know all too well. Firecracker Act 1, the new attack. Today, Democratic leaders return to the spotlight calling for new investigations into close allies of President Donald Trump. Their justification? So-called ethical concerns. But for millions of conservative Americans, this story sounds extremely familiar. Every time Trump gains momentum, every time the America First agenda starts producing results, every time U.S. energy strengthens, every time the economy shows signs of recovery. Back-end index pointing right, the attacks begin. Trump allies say there is no concrete evidence, only politically motivated suspicions amplified by a media that has already chosen a side. And the question many Americans are asking today is simple. Why do these investigations only appear when Trump is winning? To Trump supporters, this isn't about justice. It's about political intimidation. It's about damaging the president by association, because his opponents can't defeat him at the ballot box or through results. And this is just the first move on the board. Balance Scale Act 2, the courtroom war. On the very same day, another development raised eyebrows across the country. Groups tied to the political establishment filed a lawsuit aimed at blocking a Trump administration project involving the White House. Officially, they claim it's about historic preservation. But conservative legal experts say the real goal is clear. Backhand index pointing right weaponize the courts. Backhand index pointing right paralyze an elected government. Backhand index pointing right create artificial crises. This tactic isn't new. During Trump's first term, nearly every major decision faced lawsuits, injunctions, and legal roadblocks. And now, the playbook is back. According to Trump allies, this isn't really about construction. It's about how much power a president elected by the people is allowed to exercise without approval from the permanent political class. For the American right, that question is at the heart of today's crisis. Globe showing Europe-Africa Act 3, Trump shifts the global game. While the media focuses on political noise, something far more serious is happening on the world stage. The White House confirmed today that a U.S. special envoy is already moving into high-level meetings in Europe, including talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and key European leaders. The goal? Backhand index pointing right, a real discussion about peace. Trump has been clear from the beginning. The U.S. cannot fund endless wars. American taxpayer money must come home. Strong diplomacy beats permanent conflict. And this move is making a lot of people uncomfortable. Because peace doesn't generate billion-dollar contracts. Peace doesn't feed the war industry. Peace doesn't preserve Washington's status quo. For Trump supporters, this may be the most important development today. Backhand index pointing right, while the left shouts, Trump governs. Fire the pattern no one can ignore. Put it all together. Politically driven investigations, strategic lawsuits, coordinated institutional pressure, and at the same time, real executive action. And the picture becomes clear to millions of Americans. When Trump advances, the system fights back. Not because he's failing, but because he's operating outside traditional control. That's why the tone changed today. That's why urgency returned. That's why Washington looks nervous again, warning what comes next. This story does not end today. In fact, it's just beginning. The coming weeks could determine the balance of power in Washington, the future of U.S. foreign policy, and the direction of the next election cycle. One thing is certain, backhand index pointing right, Donald Trump is not backing down. Backhand index pointing right, and the establishment knows it. So stay alert, because the next moves could change everything.